Hello everybody, Game Bros here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play The Crew. So, picking up where we left off, we're going to be driving our dirt spec Dodge, 2012 Dodge Charger, and we're going to be driving all the way from the dirt spec tuner in New York to the circus spec tuner in Los Angeles. So, let's get to it. So yeah, we just got this car. Ooh, dodged it like a pro. Yes, so yeah, we just got our dirt spec tuner. Oh man, it was so pretty too. Anyway, we dodged it. Get it? Dodged it? Because we're the dot. Okay, sorry. So we got that, and now we're gonna get a circuit spec for this. And while we're there in the circuit spec tuner, we will be getting a circuit spec Ferrari F40, classic 1980s supercar. Love the F40. I mean, even today, almost 40 years after it was released, because the F40 I believe was made for Ferrari's 40th anniversary, and 40 years after Enzo the F40 was released to the world, it's still a classic supercar that you don't laugh at. Okay, I mean it's a good car. I love the F40. The F40 is awesome. And then it was eventually followed by the F50, which was released in 1990 for the 50-year anniversary of Ferrari as a company. And then there wasn't an F60 or F70. Would it be cool if they did? Now see, eventually Ferrari, they technically could do an F100, but then I think Ford would get mad at them because that would be copying off of their Ford F-Series truck line, because that's how the Ford. You want to know how the Ford F-150 started? It started back during the World War II era as the Ford F-100, and kind of grew from there. So yeah, it's complicated. So copyrights and cars and all that jazz. So yeah, so I hope you guys will enjoy this video. This is gonna be the bare minimum of the videos I'm gonna make tonight, but I'm probably gonna try to make some more too. I'm probably not gonna leave it at this. I'm probably gonna try to make some more. Yeah, so this is decent. I mean, I like it. I like it. I like the Ving. The Ving is nice. The Ving is nice. Everything. There are lots of cars out there who I said I wasn't gonna do 4 doors, huh? Oh well. Oh well. I mean, yeah, I said I wasn't gonna do 4 doors, and this is a 4-door. I just realized. Oh well. I guess I got so excited because this is a Charger, and I love Chargers. But yeah. So it's so funny because this is what I like to call a muscle sedan. It's not a muscle car, really. It's more like a muscle sedan, and that's not exactly. It's not exactly a new thing. First of all, sedans with lots of horsepower aren't exactly a new thing, because we have the Evo, we have the Lancer Evolution, we have a WRX. In Australia, you had the HSV Commodore, which was a 4-door. You had Mercedes and BMW are very well known for their high performance sedans. So this is not exactly a new thing. Exactly, it's not. Trust me on that. So it's pretty cool. But really, when it comes to cars, I am just not so. If you have a family and you want some horsepower, then yeah, Dodge, and you're a Dodge guy. Dodge Charger, the new Dodge Charger is definitely for you, because you can have 700 horsepower under the hood, but at the same time, it could fit you, the wife, and your kids, and the dog. So I can understand why that would appeal. I just wish that they gave the Charger in a coupe option, because to me, I love the Charger, and it just pains me that there is not a coupe option. If that makes sense. If that makes sense to you, then great. If it doesn't, then so be it. But yeah, so see, dirt specs are nowhere near as fast as circuit specs are, so it's gonna take a beat longer before we get to the West Coast, instead of how quick, because the Dodge Viper, because so here's the funny thing, the Dodge Viper circuit spec, when it comes to this game, it held a special place in my heart, because when I first heard about the crew and I watched my very first playthrough of it, the guy who did it, the circuit spec he used was that Viper. So that always holds a very special place in my heart, and I thought about how cool it was. But yeah, in this game, the only out of the 5 original specs, the only specs that you can customize are street, dirt, perf, and perf. You cannot customize. Happen again. Happened again. You cannot customize, and it looks like we are officially in the Midwest. Officially in the Midwest. But what was I just talking about? Okay, I'm trying. Let me see if I can remember. I lost it just that quickly. Let's talk about how muscle sedans like this aren't new. How they wish they give us a coupe option for the Charger. Yeah, I lost it. I can't remember what I was talking about. But yeah, I would love to see a coupe version of the Charger. And if you really want to see some horsepower on this thing, you can take your Dodge Charger to Hennessy Performance, and they will absolutely tune the crap out of this thing. I think they can give it like 1,200 horsepower. Like the Dodge Demon itself, they can give 1,400, which is crazy. I mean, that's insane, right? I mean, that's not normal. You know, when I say that's not normal, right? Because it's insane. It's freaking insane. I'm like, how much? What can you do with that much horsepower? It's like in Forza Horizon 4, the highest amount of horsepower that I've ever put into a car is this twin turbo 7-liter V8 that 7.2 liter V8, I think it is, and it pushes out nearly 1,900 horsepower. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do with all that? What am I gonna do with all that power? Like, that's crazy. Like, if I driven that car, first of all, if this was real life, I would never drive that car. I mean, because I'd be too scared. I'd be too scared as soon as I hit the gas pedal, I'd be doing a wheelie. Because let's face it, I probably would. Yeah, I mean, it's just that much power. It's fun to have in games and everything, but it's crazy. And the crazy thing is, there are people who have cars that have that amount of power. There are people who have 1,600 horsepower Supras, who have 1,600 horsepower Mitsubishi Lancer Evos, and it's like, what do you do with all that? I mean, and that's a lot of money. Because when I do these engine upgrades, it's like 100,000 credits, right? It's like 50, 60, 70,000 credits, and it makes sense. Because I mean, engine performance upgrades are expensive. It makes you think, should I get a new car with more horsepower, or should I add horsepower to the car myself? That's how expensive engine upgrades are. And I'd love to do engine upgrades to my car. I would, but I think just think it costs too much money. Way too much money. It's so expensive. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, so last time when we were in the 969 Dodge Charger, what we did, so what we did was we got into a police chase at the very last second in this in Los Angeles, and it was so annoying because like when I'm doing these, I'm not trying to get into police chases, but when I do get into police chases, they'll go, and it's still fun, but it's like but the scripted police chases. So I will say the scripted police chases are a little bit more intense, a little bit more fun than the actual free roam police chases, because you can get police chases in free roam, but it's not gonna be. You really have to work on getting your star level up. Like the highest you guys have seen me do is 1 star. And 1 star is super easy to lose, especially if you're in the circus spec like me. And so what I've learned, you have different kinds of cars going off each different type of spec. So for street spec, you have Crown Vics coming after you. For dirt spec, when you're in the city, you have when you're in the city, you have Crown Vics coming after you. But then when you're off road, you have these Ford F-150s coming after you. When you are in a perf spec, you have Dodge Chargers like the one I'm driving now are coming after you. And then race spec, once again, you have the Ford F-150s police coming after you. And then for circuit spec, you have the Chevrolet Corvettes coming after you, which I still have to wonder. Do they actually have Chevrolet Corvette police cars? Because I know they have Crown Vics. I know that they have Explorers. I know that they have Ford Fusions as police cars. I've seen not Fusions, Tauruses. I've seen Tauruses, but I have never seen a police Corvette in real life. Probably the most infamous. Oh, they use the Chargers too. They use the Chargers. I do know that in Japan, and I think I can't remember if it was in Tokyo or anything like that, but the police force in a city in Japan authorized. So basically, they put into their police force a Nissan GTR, the R35 GTR, and I was shocked, man. I'm like, wow. Anyone who's going up against that, you're done. Okay, they're like, okay, street racers, you think they're so tough? You got a GTR? Well, I got a GTR. So I thought that was cool. But I have to do research to see if they have actual police Corvettes, because that's pretty cool. If you get to drive a Corvette for your job, if that's your job to drive a Corvette, that'll be pretty awesome. And let's just get it straight. Crown Vics, they might not look fast, but they're called interceptors for a reason, because they took a bunch of Crown Vics, got under the hood, and gave them power upgrades. So these cars can keep up with whatever you're dishing out, more or less. They might not have the thousands of horsepower that the street cars do, but don't get me wrong, they know they can dish out the speed. And it's so funny. And what's actually probably the funniest wanted system to me ever? The wanted system in GTA 5. The wanted system in GTA is hilarious, because 1 and 2 stars isn't that bad. 1 and 2 stars, you'll have 1 and 2 stars, you have the police coming after you, and they'll shoot at you, but they'll also try to arrest you. Once you get the 3 stars, though, then you have the entire police force coming after you. You have the helicopter coming after you, and now that they will not try to negotiate or even arrest you. They will try to destroy you, as in kill you. 4 stars is definitely... Now, here's the thing, actually. So, 4 stars can be achieved by going into the Zancudo base. Fort Zancudo base. You can get 4 stars from doing that, and that's when the military will come after you. And then 5 stars is just freaking I've never seen... So here's the thing, in GTA 5, I've completely modified and upgraded vehicles to the max. I've outrun 1, 2, and 3 stars with ease, actually. 4 stars, I've tried going through the base Force Zancudo with the base with 4 stars, and both times I got blown up by tanks. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyone who actually gets to the base in one piece and survives, hats off to you, mate. I don't know a way GTA 5 to actually get 5 stars, but I'll say this. 5 stars, I have never seen anyone escape 5 stars. It's practically impossible. Because in 5 stars, they have the works. They have the military. They have the tanks. They have the news helicopter, the news SWAT team, and the news helicopter has rockets. Yeah, they have rockets. At this point, they don't care. Like you're public enemy number uno now. At this point, the police, they just don't care. Okay, it's like, dang, man. And then I'm a huge fan of Zach House-Connect's, I think that's how you say his name, YouTube channel, his Chase Me series. Because a couple years ago, I like to say 2017, 2018-ish, I just barely missed a train nowadays. But anyway, so back then, I was really into police chases, right? So, and I found out that he did these police chases things in GTA 5. He would get like a car. Most of the time it was a mod, and he would just run off from the police in GTA 5, right? And then I just became hooked, and I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. And here's how you know. Here's how you know you make good content. Here's how you know. So he eventually, for a little bit, he stopped YouTubing. Because he was doing 2 videos a day. 2 videos a day. So 14 videos per week, which was a lot on him. And so he just stopped YouTubing to figure some stuff out. And he just did some stuff that he wanted to do. And he put his YouTube on hold. And basically his entire fan base was like, okay, we'll wait. And we waited. We waited. We literally sat there, put his account on pause, and waited until he started going back on YouTube again. And then when he eventually did go back to YouTube again, and we were so happy. Like when he came back with Chase Me, everyone was like, yes! I was like, yes! Because I love Chase Me so much. And that, folks, right there, is how you know you make good content. When you have a loyal fan base that enjoys your content, that they're willing to stick around, wait for you to do whatever you have to do, and when you come back to making videos, they're still there, patiently waiting for your next vid. It is my hope that I will have a fan base, or that I have a fan base like that one day, because more and more I'm realizing that YouTube is a community. And when you make content, you are basically building your own little community. That, you subscribe to this channel because you like the videos that I make. You like the content. And so as the more videos I make, the more content I make, the more this channel grows, the more we build this little tiny community. And that's what YouTube is. YouTube is a community of communities. That is what it is. And there was a video on YouTube Creator that I just want to talk about real quick. And it was about, basically the title was how this person, I can't remember her name, but how this person, started out, how she got to the point where her videos got 2 million views, at least 2 million views per video, and like that title floored me. I'm like, wait, 2 million views per video? And she got most of her subscribers, she's like almost at 4 million last I checked, and she got most of her subscribers in the last year. But first of all, that floored me. I'm like, wait, like my mind can't fathom that. I'm like 2 million subscribers. And the funny thing was, when she did her first video, so she was all about makeup, and so her people on her social media were like, well, you know, you should do YouTube and do makeup tutorials and blah 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 blah. And so she did. She made her first video all on her iPhone and everything, and she and within 24 hours her video got 60,000 views. Now that all alone knocked me off my feet. I'm like, well, I didn't get 60,000 views on my first video. Wah. But you know, nowadays, you know, that's okay. It's, for me, even though some views and subscribers would be nice, some more views and subscribers would be nice, I am just happy that I'm able to make content, that people watch the videos, and that people like the content. Nothing makes me happier when people say, good content, keep up the good work, and I'm just like, thank you so much for the support. You're awesome. I mean, so I'm learning more and more that YouTube is just a big, fat, giant community of communities. Yeah. And it is my goal to. So I've been YouTubing for on and off for 5 years. I started in 2015 when Jurassic World the game came out, and it didn't go that well because I kind of expected instantaneous results. I like when it happened, I expected results almost immediately. And when it didn't happen, I kind of had that little kid tantrum and just kind of quit. But then eventually I realized, okay, if I am gonna turn this into something to a hobby I know and love, it's gonna take some time, because no one really knows who I am right now, and I'm just going to embrace the process. So really I got and before there were so many articles, so many obstacles. So for example, my iPad died, right? My iPad died. It breathed its last breath of life, and that happened, and that was sad because I'm like, no, I can't record now, right? And then when I got another, by the time I got another iPad, or I was ready to record again, by that time, I had spilled tea over my laptop, had to get a new one, and then that one was complete garbage. It was utter garbage. Like, I would not give that laptop to anybody. That's how horrible it was. And so because of how horrible and laggy it was, couldn't record because the audio and video just sucked. So instead of you hearing my voice like this, as crisp and clear as I could possibly get it in my room, and with the video being crisp, clean, and clear, crisp, clean, and fluid like it is right here, it was very glitchy. So very glitchy. So I can understand a lot of people didn't watch it. And on top of that, like my voice would be cutting in and out. So I understand why a lot of people didn't watch my videos. So a couple of years go by, at least, maybe a year goes by, and I'm playing this truck simulator game on my phone, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, wait, this would be awesome to record. Plus, I could finally get a real start on my YouTubing hobby, right? So I get my Elgato. Hook it up to my iPhone, and start recording. And that was in 2018. That was in 2018, December 2018, I believe. And then over 2019, I started to expand my game base. So I started with Truck Simulator 19. Then I threw in Hungry Shark Evolution. Then I threw in, I think it was Asphalt 8. Then I started throwing other games. Then I started throwing in Hungry Shark World, Asphalt Extreme, Asphalt 9, A Hungry Dragon, Mud Runner. All these games that I wanted to play in an effort to grow the amount of games I had on my channel. Now, the reason why I did mobile games was because I could not record on my Xbox. Because at the time, the Games Guardian Pro XP didn't exist. I didn't even know that games existed as a company. I didn't know they even created products like this. So there's no way that I can record on my Xbox because my Xbox is in my living room. And I don't know about you, but if you live in a house with 3 other people, the living room is not the best place to record because it's open. It's a little bit echoey. Plus, it's a little bit echoey. Plus the fact that we it's a little bit echoey. Keep going back. Plus everyone goes through there, and I just did not want to deal with that. So what I did next, so I basically gave up the idea of so I tried streaming, and streaming worked for a little bit, but it was really hard to record streams. So because my Xbox is in my living room and I'm in my room, it has to get through 2 walls. The signal has to get through 2 walls in my door, so technically 3 walls, for it to reach to my laptop or iPad. And that was just horrible. Because originally what I tried to do, because I have my Mac and I got Windows 10 on it, and I would stream the Xbox to my Mac via Windows 10. And yeah, I get it wasn't designed for that, but I still like Windows 10 better than Mac OS. And I would stream, and it'll be great, right? And I tried to record, but it just wouldn't have it. Like every time, it would record the video just fine, but the audio was so messed up, and I thought it was the capture card, but it turned out it was just the way I was trying to do it. So I gave up on that. And then I did for a bit try to do episodes of Forza Horizon 4 by streaming it via OneCast to my iPad. Which, let me tell you something. If you don't have like this, and you don't have your Xbox in your room, OneCast is awesome. I'm not gonna lie, OneCast is great. It allowed me to play my Xbox as much as I was able to. So yeah, that in my opinion, that did a really, really, really good job. And so then what happened after that? So I get this. I see this thing. Let me see. I'm trying to remember even how I figured that. Okay, right. So a couple of years ago, a friend of mine, a couple years old, he introduced to me these Xbox cases, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. But when I saw they're like $700, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm never getting this, right? But then I started putting some serious thought into getting the Games Guardian Pro XP, because if I thought about it, I'm like, well, actually, it'd be perfect for me. Because yeah, I'm not a huge traveler. That's not what I'm gonna be using it for. But I could plug in my Xbox and I could play in my room. Plus, I finally might be able to record episodes of videos of me playing games on my Xbox, which is what I kind of I've been wanting to do for the at least past 2 years, almost 3 now. And I could really get that going. And I'm like, if that works, this could be a whole new beginning for me and the channel. And so, and it took me a while to get all this equipment ahead, because, I got the Games Guardian Pro XP, and it works like a charm. Like to me, it is such a good investment. I do not regret my purchase, at all. When I opened this up, plugged everything in, the 2K screen is amazing. You really can't tell the difference between the 4K screen and the 2K screen unless you get your face up personal to a 4K screen and this screen, and you compare the two. That's how good the screen is. 2K screen, and I love it, right? So that all went down. Then a while ago, while I was recording, while I still recorded mobile games, I replaced the mic I had. So I had like this tripod USB mic. And when I say tripod, I mean the tripod fit like it had it sat on the desk basically. Sorry, I got some in my nose. Anyway, so then I listened to the audio one day, and I'm like, yeah, the audio could be better. Let me see if I can get myself a better mic. And so I looked up Blue Yeti mics, and this is the mic that I got. And the mic actually came. I got a real good deal. Mic came with a pop filter, and the mic actually also came with a free copy of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. So that was pretty dope, if I do say so myself. And so then a while ago, when I say a while ago, I mean back in the days when I originally first tried to record stuff on my Xbox via streaming. When I originally did that, I got the headphones that I'm wearing right now, and these headphones are very, very, very good. So, plus they allow me to hear the game, enjoy the gameplay while I'm recording at the same time. Because trust me, I remember that when I first started recording, the feet I remember when I would record and I would have my computer audio would be on, and it would be spitting out the everything that it was recording. So both the game audio and me talking, and the feedback was horrible. It was echoey and it was high pitched and screechy, and I'm like, make it stop. So I always have to mute my laptop. So when I was using the Elgato recording software, so I could get that done, which was awesome. But anyway, yeah. So got the Pro XP mic, headphones, and I still have my original capture card, the Elgato Game Capture. The Elgato Game Capture HD, which still works. It is a good capture card. I don't intend on getting rid of it anytime soon, because if the one I'm using right now, the HD60S Plus, ever goes down, it'll be great to have a backup like the Elgato HD. I bought it 5 years ago, and it still works well to this day, which I'm super duper proud of. Super happy with my purchase on that one. Technology is great. But yeah, I did get a new capture card. I got the Elgato H60S Plus, which I am happy. I actually brought two, because my first one I ruined because one of the wires or cords got wet in some dirty mop water. Don't ask. And I basically had to spend another couple $100 on that. And now, note that as all of this is transpiring, as all of this is going down, my Mac finally, after being used for almost 3 years, going into its third year of life, Mac croaks, sputters, and dies. Which I was perfectly okay with. I wanted to get a better computer anyway. I wanted a computer with Windows 10 because I was sick of Mac OS. Because it's just, Windows 10 is so much cleaner, prettier, and better and superior than Mac operating systems to me in every way. Even though don't get me wrong, I love the iOS. I love the mobile operating systems they have for their mobile devices. I just don't like the Mac OS operating system. So anyway, so I was looking for a laptop, and when I was looking for a laptop, I wasn't trying to go like the ultimate Alienware, this laptop is as good as a high performance gaming desktop. No, wasn't going for that, because that was super duper expensive. Okay, I just wanted something that had enough space, RAM, and a good enough graphics card that allowed me to record and store my recordings without any problems. So that's when I looked up, and I got the MSI GF65 Thin. And to say that I am very happy with my purchase. It is an awesome laptop. I mean, everything works better in here in every way. The only problem, the only obstacle I actually really encountered was I thought that the software, Elgato software on Windows, was going to be good. I was wrong, because it wasn't that good. Because the Windows Elgato software on the Mac, it's better because like you can while you're recording, you can adjust things. You can make it so that your gameplay, the volume of gameplay is less than the volume of your commentary of your speech. You can make it so that every time you talk, the game volume, the volume of the game, of the gameplay automatically decreases. Little things like that. Like when you finish, there's like a little editing thing that you go into to edit your video if you so desired. And so instead of that, for Windows, you get the 4K capture utility, which basically just you cook up your stuff, you record, and that's it. You basically need some editing software to get this done, which I absolutely hate. And you can't do anything. Like you have to do a bunch of tests to make sure everything is right. So imagine my surprise when I get OBS on my Mac, on my window, on my MSI, and I realize that you can both stream and record, and it works flawlessly. And that's how I'm making the videos that I'm making right now. And that's kind of my story as a YouTuber, and how I got to where I am today. And my channel has grown over the past 5 years, actually, because I remember for a while I was at 12 subscribers, but when I seriously started making videos, albeit more often, I started making, my subscriber count grew. I got to 20, 25, 30, now I'm at 35, and currently my goal, I set small goals myself, so currently my goal is to get to 50 subscribers right now. Just right now, get 50 subscribers. If I can get to 50 subscribers, that, you guys would absolutely make my day. But anyway, so circuit kit. So we just barely have enough money for it. Almost 700 horsepower. Wow, I'm actually very impressed. This is the closest you can get to a Hellcat for a 2012 Charger, and it looks amazing. I'm gonna see if I can. Okay, so stickers. Let me go to racing. Yeah, I mean, it's sad this is it, but yeah, I think I'll do this one. Alright, I'm not gonna do much on the interior. With the rims, let's do these. Yeah, that is cool. So you would not see that in real life. So anyway, so now we move on to a very serious circuit spec car. The circuit spec Ferrari F40, which, oh no, why is it that color? Ew, God, fudge. Okay, so 624 horsepower. Not gonna lie, I love it already. Now, what does it look like? What does it look like? Yeah, it looks pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same. So, but we have some things we got to change. Okay, so first of all, color. Nuh-uh, we gotta make this Ferrari red. Oh wait, is that orange? Can't tell what this light. I think it's red. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do, where is it? The racing. Really? Wow. Okay. So, I guess we'll do that. Like that central racing stripe. I like those rims. Okay. So, that's cool. So let's see next. Okay. Okay, so next is actually our Ford Focus 2010. So we're gonna be going to back in New York in the Ferrari. so that we can get a dirt spec Ford Focus 2010. Okay, so let's get out of here, guys. Yeah. So cool. Like I said, love the F40. F40's classic retro supercars. So, I'd even say it's a classic supercar. If you can you have classic supercars? Because I know you have retro and you have modern supercars, but I'd even go as far as to say this is a classic supercar. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna cut it off here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked the video. As usual, guys, if you want to listen in the comment section, please do so. Just make sure you keep it positive, because I really not interested in seeing your hate and negative comments. If you have them, if it's negative, just keep it to yourself. Although I do appreciate positive criticism. I do appreciate that. And then lastly, if you want to see more videos like this, then make sure that you subscribe to my channel. With that said, guys, I hope you guys have a great day. Game Bros out!